After 3 weeks, Umera said, I need to find that sergeant and ask him about Marawee again. Yearol said, I'll go with you. I want to join the army and return to Shannon. Len said, You may be too young. Yearol stood and clenched her fists. I am not too young. I was nearly killed and had to kill. I can do it again. My mother's death must be avenged. I'll slit Luja's throat myself. Len took a step back and raised his palms. I apologize. I don't doubt you can fight. Fera said, I'll go too. Yearol looked at her brother, then put her hands over her face. I'm sorry. Len wrapped his arms around the young woman. We understand. When we find Marawee, I'm sure he'll speak up for you. The sergeant told them Marawee was in conference with Narach Herrick and promised to send another message. Umera and Len turned to leave. Yearol said, Please, Sergeant, can I speak with you? Of course. Yearol looked at the others. I'll be along in a moment. When Yearol returned to the tent, Len and Fera were not there. Umera was reading. Keetala stood by one of the chairs with a blank expression. Yearol sat on a cot. Umera came over to her. What did the sergeant say? She hung her head. He told me I couldn't join the army, that I'm too young. Even if I was older, I wouldn't be able to march with missing toes. Wouldn't keep up. Berendek was there. He said I could contribute to the war effort in other ways. Umera sat on the cot. Perhaps it's for the best. You and your brother are welcome to stay with us. Camp in Varda is almost ready. Len wants to come with us as well. Yearol continued to look down at her feet. Fera needs a home. Good. We'll leave in a few weeks. Umera walked out of the tent. Keetala came over to the cot and sat down next to Yearol. Will you go to Varda? They were the first words she had spoken since the death of her daughter. Yearol stared at Keetala for a moment, then turned her head aside and rubbed her arm with her hand. Going back to Shannon. I'll leave tomorrow night at Darknail. Keetala said, Will you kill militiamen? Yearol turned her head and met Keetala's eyes. Yes. The women stared at each other in silence. Keetala said, I'm coming with you.